A sports coverage of the in Chicago. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the New York Giants and the Chicago Bears. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. Defense feeling the encouragement. They stop him at the line of scrimmage on the first play of the afternoon.
He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
Second down, here's Henry. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. That one good for 10 yards. And that is going to set up a 3rd and 1.
Look, the first down marker is out there, but sometimes it's hard to find for an offense when they're in a long yardage situation, which usually means throw the football. In this case, they went against the tendency and ran it. And boy, the reward was there. A big, big pickup. And guess what? It's now 3rd and very short in order to try and pick up a first down.
Hey, come on, let's go!
They'll look to throw for it on 3rd and 1. And that is incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
The punt team on now as this one's sent away. This will be fielded at the 17. And 9 yards there on the return following a punt of 47. And the Bears take over. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down.
Come on, let's go! What?
On 1st down, Elliott. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. Give him a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
And they'll go ground game here with the tailback. And not a whole lot doing there as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. Tackled that time by Jerome Baker out of Ohio State.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
And on third down, a nickel formation here defensively.
Come on, let's go!
Operating from the gun, Elliott. And he's got his target. That's Moore. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. First catch for him. It's good for a dozen and a first down. Now they try the right side here. And Owen coughed it up. And who's got it? The Giants. So the defense there, opportunistic.
It's nice to give them credit, isn't it? Because so many times it's more a matter of what the offensive guy didn't do. Didn't secure the ball, didn't cover up. In this case, let's just give credit to where it belongs. Knocked it free, made a big play.
And they'll go with the ground attack here. Yeah, he's able to get most of what he needed on the carry there. 7 yards on the gain, and it's 3rd and 2 now.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
And on the ground they go with a running back. And he'll get nothing out of that one. And now the Giants will stop play as they take a timeout defensively. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. So on 4th down, here's Johnny Hecker to punt it away. And he'll back up a few steps as he'll make the fair catch at about the 8-yard line. It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return. And it'll be Giant football 1st and 10. New York set to take the field. Well, they're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So it's not picking up a couple of first downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 first downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory.
Here we go!
They'll try and start this drive in the air. Looking deep here for Ebron. So they took a shot on 1st down but couldn't connect.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that 1st down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. They'll drop to throw. Over the middle, complete. It's Blair. And they work this out past the 25. A good pickup. There are 20 yards.
There we go, D. That's the way to hit.
They go play action here on first down. He goes full extension, and he's got it. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down.
When you're a player of his stature, you don't just circle the games on your team's calendar. You
circle the Pro Bowl?
Without a doubt. That's a game that you just figure you're going to be in each and every year. And it's because of catches like that. That's why he goes.
Down carry for Henry. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down. Absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a third down. The last two plays each lose a yard. They'll try to move forward here on 3rd and 12. To throw. Toward the sideline. Did he keep the feet in? Yes, he got them both down, says the side judge, and that's good enough for a first down. First catch of the new season for him, and he picks up the first. So into Bear territory now. This is 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
Let's go!
Back to throw here. He's got a man open. It's Cameron Meredith. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down. A quick hitter on the slant. That's complete. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
Crash down, crash. Yo trip is here, baby. Yo trip is here.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch. Good for 8 yards. They'll run it now out of the gun. It goes as a gain of 8, and it moves the chains.
Something to watch here in week 1 of the season, tackling. Because you and I both know that in the preseason, a lot of these guys don't play a whole lot. Plus, the intensity and the speed really ratchets up on opening week.
A solid run by Derrick Henry, and here's another 1st and 10. They keep it with Henry on first down. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's the Giants with the football here as we begin quarter number 2. They've got a 2nd and 9 to start things out. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Flushed out right. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. He'll wind up with positive yardage. It's a gain of 3, but now it's 3rd down. Look to throw here. And it'll be intercepted. Desmond King picks it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Brandon, this is why golfers do their best to never count a score in their head before the ball goes in the cup. This looked like a slam dunk for points on this drive, didn't it? Instead, they throw an interception, and they're going to come away empty.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away incomplete. Now that'll bring up 2nd down.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
After the incompletion, they'll try once more from the 20-yard line on 2nd and 10.
Come on, let's go! What? 90!
Back to the air on 2nd down. Elliott. That's complete to the Memphis man, Anthony Miller. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. 23 yards on the play.
They hit that crossing route really well. Excellent timing, puts it right on him, and he keeps running.
Yeah, turned it upfield for good yardage.
Everyone's got 4 down. Here we go! Grand 38! Grand 38!
And they'll go on the ground. And an alley to run. And he's going to get this past the 50 and into Giant territory. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short.
Flex round! Flex round! Come on, let's go!
Now they'll run it on the toss. And this carry not as productive. He's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage. Foyesade Oluwakan made the tackle there from his safety position. The Bears on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 2. From the gun, Elliott. Quick slant, caught by Moore. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. A gain of 19 and picking up the first. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is, because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
Let's go!
And they'll run it here. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
It's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that, got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11.
Come on, let's go. White, 9.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Elliott dumping it off for Johnson. It'll be a pickup of only a yard, and that's going to make it 3rd down and 10.
Well, it's tough to be a defender in today's NFL because there's so many things to account for in today's passing game, including the back sneaking out of the backfield. Not quite as bad as a turkey bowl where you have that center-eligible stuff, but still a lot of guys to account for.
The Bears on 3rd down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 10.
Here we go. White, 90. White, 90.
Operating from the gun, Elliott. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
That's a good job there creating the contact to force the incompletion. And now, since it's 4th down, that should set up a field goal situation.
And a nice sigh of relief defensively to be able to hold them to 3. And his kick is absolutely perfect. And it's 3-0. The Bears hit the scoreboard first. So still no touchdowns in the first half, but we do have some action on the scoreboard with the field goal.
So maybe now the mentality changes in this game because anytime you get to the red zone and if you don't come away with 6 points, you feel like it's a disappointment. In a game like this one, being able to kick field goals means you're right there, and then you're just looking for that big break to take you over the top.
Yeah, this is going to put them back with not great field position.
So they really got zero benefit at all, right? Sometimes you can absorb a penalty when you get a big return. Then the penalty brings it back, but you still have great field position. As you pointed out, not in this case.
Throw now on 1st down. Now the pressure comes and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. Tack McKinley in there to bring him down for a loss of 7. Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on 2nd down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll find some room to get this up to about the 14. 5 yards gets him back near the original line of scrimmage as they'll be left with a 3rd and long. He'll drop to throw. And he connects with Ebron. And he'll be corralled well upfield right around the 40-yard line. A gain of 26 on the 3rd down conversion.
And after that completion, you can understand why so many teams in the league are emphasizing speed on defense at every position. The tight ends have created so many tough matchups now. If you can't run with a tight end as a linebacker, this is going to be the result every time.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Let's go! White, 90!
They'll run it now out of the gun. They'll take this from the 40 up to the 45 for a gain of 5. You said it earlier in the quarter when we saw a broken tackle then that we might see some missed tackles here early on in week 1, and that's another one right there.
Yeah, not a surprise at all. It will even out as the season extends because everyone will get used to the play speed. But right now, here in the early season, the advantage definitely goes to the offense.
He'll run with a former Badger. It's Corey Clement. And he'll be brought down at the 50 after a gain of about 5. Two minutes remain here in the first half. We're back to Soldier Field following this short break. The offense on third down tonight, they've hit 2 for 4 thus far. They're looking at third in the nose of the football. They'll try to run for the first with Henry. And he's got the first down yardage as he takes it down to the 49. Officially a gain of just a yard there, but they do convert on 3rd and inches. To throw. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And it drops down incomplete. Thought he might have had it. Instead, 2nd down. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe you want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Let's go!
They'll look to throw. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Blair. And he'll get it down here to the 43. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down.
In so many ways, throwing the hitch route is actually one of the safer things an offense can do. Get the ball out to the receiver as fast as possible, hope he's got man-to-man coverage, and hope that his athleticism wins on the perimeter.
Now the Bears electing to call a timeout defensively as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. So now on comes the field goal unit, and wow, this is no ordinary try here. So this will be spotted on the midfield logo. It's a 58-yard attempt. On line, but off the crossbar, no good. A long-range effort denied 3 points at the very end. All things considered, a pretty good kick, just cruel punishment there to be denied by the crossbar.
If you're going to hit from that distance, sometimes you're going to need a little luck, and unfortunately for him, this time, the break goes against him.
The Bears in good field position to start out 1st and 10.
Let's go! Brand 38!
Throwing to start the drive. Elliott. It's hauled in by Brandon Cooks. And he'll be taken down at the 44-yard line. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
But it appears that they read man defense and went to the out route, and what you have to do on that one is the receiver's got to make sure he works the defender towards the middle of the field to give himself space to cut to the outside and have that ball delivered with good timing, and they got it done.
Looking to throw. Elliott. And boy, that one drops incomplete, but if he was hit a fraction sooner, it may have been a fumble.
When defenses get to the quarterback that quickly, a lot of times it's called a jailbreak. It wasn't quite that fast, but fast enough that he had no time to look downfield and set himself to throw the ball. And as he tried to do that, he was hit, and it forced an incompletion.
The Bears on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2.
Here we go! White 90! White 90! Hot!
From the gun, Elliott. And it's complete. Henry. A good pickup there, a 22. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this first half. This quarterback now 7 of 10 here in this first half, and he's got a 1st and 10.
Come on, let's go!
And they'll try the ground game here with the running back. And he'll at least get him inside the red zone here, down to about the 19. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. All that gets him is just a yard, and now it's 3rd down. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. So 3 seconds here remain in the half. On is the field goal unit to see about getting 3 points. And now they'll take a timeout defensively. After the 2nd down play, they burn the timeout, making them sweat out the final few ticks here in the 2nd quarter. And his kick is good. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Pinheiro now to kick this one away. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. Now a hit and a loose football. So a teammate picking him up there, that was nearly disaster.
And the way that you coach these things, you want to make sure you have eyes towards the return guy because you want to make sure that the catch is secured. A lot of teams do that. They have at least one guy. Okay, you're responsible for making sure he secures the catch. He's not always the one that makes the recovery, but he can always sound out the alarm. Hey, ball's on the ground. We've got to get it back.
Let's go! Grand 38! Grand 38! Flex round! Flex round!
And they start the 2nd half with Johnson. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Right off the bat, it's a 1st down to start the drive, 12 yards.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another 1st down with that run.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Flex round! Flex round! Here we go! Grand
Throwing on 1st down. Elliott looking for Cooks, and it's intercepted. He's picked off near his own 48, and they'll start out with great field position at the 47-yard line in enemy territory. First possession of the 3rd quarter, an interception, so maybe a 2nd half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
Let's go!
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. He's going to wind up and air it out. But it's caught at the 10. A gain of 39 that time.
You know I'm going to lean towards the defender, right? You know I'm going to do that.
I know.
That's a tough situation for him as I see it. But the truth of the matter is, that ball was not streaking towards him. Had a little arc on it. He's got to find a way to get his head around and make a play on the football.
The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's 1st and goal from just inside the 10. Now back to throw. The quick slant caught. And he will take it on in for a giant touchdown. Cameron Meredith from 8 yards out. And the Giants have tied it here, and they can take the lead if they hit the PAT. Extra point splits the uprights, and they take the lead here at 7-6. Pinheiro now to kick this one away. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And now Chicago getting ready to go as they take the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here.
Come on, let's go!
Try to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. Back to throw. Elliott. And they set up the screen. That's complete. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. Give him 6 on the screen, but now it's 3rd down.
I wonder what was going through his mind when he got the play call. He just got sacked on the previous play. He knows they're coming after him again. A little bit of guts to stand in there, take the hit, and successfully complete the screen pass. Really well done.
The Bears on 3rd down. They've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. This is 3rd and 14. Operating from the gun. Elliott. And he can't get away from the pressure. The Giants get there.
Well, how about that? A dime set on defense. 6 defensive backs. None of them blitz. They're just back there in coverage. Defensive lineman gets the sack.
That's where the O-line, they go to the sideline. They keep their helmets on so the cameras can't find them, right?
Yeah, the cameras can't find them, but I know one thing. The O-line coach will.
Taken in at the 22. A good return there, 17 yards. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. New York set to take the field. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Let's go!
Now they'll run it on the toss. Room to run past midfield. And finally down at the 32-yard line. That one 28 yards on the ground.
Sometimes those lines that are drawn on a grease board or in a playbook, they come to life out on the field, don't they? And we just saw that on that outside handoff to the right.
That right tackle, he gets excited for that call, doesn't he?
He does, because he just wants to dominate his guy and say, listen, I was the point of attack. I took care of business. That's why you're able to get downfield and add all those yards to your total.
Yeah, really nice game there.
Come on, let's go! 38!
They'll look to throw now on 1st down. And that is caught. Oh, what a catch at the 5-yard line. A really good pickup of 28 yards. And I guess, Charles, sometimes when you have a receiver well over 6 foot, you do that. Just put it up there, let him grab it, and he did.
And it certainly appears like a 50-50 ball, right? We always talk about that when both sides have a chance to get it, the receiver or the guy covering him. But I think the odds actually are in favor of the offense. They can see the ball coming oftentimes before the defender can get his head around. So I think that really goes to like 70-30, and they should be able to go up and get it most of the time.
And he got it there. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. A pretty good coverage there, and both of these defenses, they've had good coverage throughout this one.
No doubt about it, and in today's NFL, where we're used to a bit more scoring, this feels almost like a well-pitched game in baseball on both sides where the tension continues to build. Who's going to make the big play?
Come on, let's go! What? 90!
He'll get it up the middle, and he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage, back at the 6. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
The Giants on third down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. They're looking at a 3rd and goal here.
Here we go.
And he'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. Call it no gain on the keeper, and it's going to bring up a 4th down.
Let's just give credit where it belongs. The defensive front has out-leveraged the offensive guys trying to block them. We often say low man wins in tough situations. That's exactly what's happened here. 3 straight runs, and they haven't been able to get into the end zone.
So he missed that field goal earlier, but he says not this time. Able to knock it through, give his guys 3.
I like his poise. I like his confidence, his belief in himself. Sometimes when you miss that first one, you'll see a lot of guys sag, and they can't make the next one. Not in this case. Stepped right up like a pro.
After the field goal, on to kick it away is Pinheiro. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Now the Bears offense ready to take over again. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here.
Come on, let's go. Grand 38. Grand 38. Ohio. Ohio.
On 1st and 10, Elliott. He's going to loft one deep left side here. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
Line of scrimmage, again the 25, 2nd and 10.
Here we go.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Elliott. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Kevin King with a pick, and they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. So their woes on offense continue. That's the 2nd pick thrown here in the 3rd quarter.
And we know it was ill-advised, but that was an opportunity to help them get back into the game. Instead, he throws another interception, and now their task is even tougher.
Looking to throw. Being chased out left. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Tremendous field position there and a perfect time to do exactly what they did. Take a shot at the end zone. And they went for the big play, just unable to complete it.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down.
Here we go. What? 90. What? 90.
Again to Henry. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line. Give him 3 on the play, and all of a sudden here it's 3rd down.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the 2nd level.
The Giants on 3rd down. 3 for 7 so far in this game. This is 3rd and 7. They'll set up to throw. And this is going to be incomplete.
I think he's a little trigger happy right there, and it turned into an ill-advised throw into their zone.
Well, we know he has confidence. He'll throw it any place, anytime, anywhere. That time it fell incomplete. Now for the field goal try, here's Eddie Pinheiro. This from 54 yards away. And that is no good. And this score will stay right where it is. So another long try for 3 and another kick that comes up lacking.
Yeah, this isn't going to do any wonders for his field goal percentage, but you have to figure as a head coach that when you send a guy out there to try and kick from that distance, it's a 50-50 proposition at best.
So after the missed long field goal attempt, this offense set up nicely at the 44-yard line.
Come on, let's go!
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Throw complete right side to Cooks. An ideal beginning of the drive there as they'll get 20 and a first down. This quarterback now, 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10.
Let's go!
Looking to throw. Elliott. Miller on the catch over the middle. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or 2 shy of the 10. Now we're going to get a stoppage. Appears to be an injured Bear on the field. Hate to see this. Week 1 of the season. We'll be back. This quarterback now 10 of 16 throwing the football. It's 1st and 10.
Let's go! White, 90! White, 90!
Back to throw. Elliott. And the giant rush gets home as down he goes. Fletcher Cox in there for sack number 85 of his great career, moving him past Hall of Famer Howie Long on the all-time list. Now, following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17.
Flex round! Flex round!
Looking to throw. Elliott. And it's caught. It'll be a pickup of 15 as that'll lead to 3rd down.
Well, that's what you're looking for when you're wanting to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
They come out here in the eye. Now they'll run it on the toss. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. A 5-yard loss there is going to bring up 4th down. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
So it's a 3rd field goal for him now. He's accounted for all 9 points. I look down to the sideline, though. You can just tell they weren't too happy for 3. They wanted 6.
So they have to have 6. Look, he's keeping them afloat, but they really need to do exactly what you talked about. They need to get into the end zone and score some touchdowns. Otherwise, he's going to have to kick a lot more field goals than just the 3s already put through the posts.
So we're back to a 1-point game now as the kickoff comes. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. New York set to take the field. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline, they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, well, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick 1st down.
They ran that one well, and not only did they pick up a nice chunk of yardage on the screen, they sent a message to the defense. Rush the passer all you want, but you better be careful. We can hit you going back the other direction.
Back now at Soldier Field, and we've got a dandy here. A one-point game as we begin the fourth. Just week one, but already plenty of intrigue with the games going on, and this one no different as we come up on a 1st and 10.
Let's go! 38!
Now they'll give it to the first option. That's their fullback. And hard running's going to get him over the 40 to the 42. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. He'll look to throw. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. Zero accountability, and a sack resulted.
They're going to look to throw. Right side here, and that's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. He's up to 88 yards receiving in the ball game now, and he's got a first down. This quarterback now, a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10.
Let's go! 190! 190!
They'll drop to throw. On the move to his left. Now he'll throw deep left side. And that one falls incomplete. Looked like he might have had position there, but he couldn't hold on at 2nd down.
There's definitely contact there, but it's the 4th quarter of a kind of tight game, and sometimes officials just say, let them play. Kind of like your mom used to with you and your brothers. Just take the broom to you and send you out to the backyard and tell you to settle it yourselves.
I like that. Yeah, there was contact. I don't know, like you said, enough to warrant the flag. It was close, though. Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. And his throw is incomplete. Eric Ebron, the big tight end, his intended target. And it's 3rd down.
I wouldn't be shocked at all right now if there's a look of surprise on the big fella's face because he had the route that he wanted, running the corner. And usually he's able to use his body and catch the football. But a really nice play by the defenders, able to knock it away.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
Flex round! Flex round!
And the blitz does come. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Jordan Lewis. And he's going to take this one back to the 37-yard line. A critical error there in a tight game in the 4th.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the 4th quarter, turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the 4th quarter with a lead, no matter at what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. Seems pretty obvious defensively a key was stopping the run game. How have they done it so successfully?
To me, it seems that these guys really did a nice job of paying attention during the scouting report meeting. And you know, Brandon, when they do those, they talk about the top plays that these guys like to run. The best runs for the top running back, those are the ones you focus on and want to take away. And they've done that pretty successfully in this game.
To throw on 2nd down. Elliott. Oh, heavy rush, and down he goes.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
The Bears on third down. They're at 50%, 4 for 8. This is 3rd and 17.
Here we go.
From the gun, Elliott. He's going to float this over the middle, deep. And that's caught inside the 30. A big play there for the Bears on third. 43 yards. And at this stage, down in the second half, looks like they just wanted to find a way to get it in the hands of their playmaker, and they did.
I think you're exactly right. I don't think the coordinator's looking at his play sheet and trying to figure out which play will work well. He's trying to figure out how to get the ball to the playmaker that you just described. Looking down at that sheet, you find people plays, not necessarily X's and O's. And that's exactly what they did there.
Back to throw. Elliott underneath for Johnson. And they'll be inside the 25 now at the 24. And now the Giants will stop play as they take a timeout defensively. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter. So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down.
Let's go.
They'll hand it off now. Johnson. And not much. Maybe a yard down to the 23. The completion on first didn't get much, and now the run on second doesn't get a whole lot either.
Well, if you're a good play caller, you've already looked ahead and anticipated this type of situation. Already down on his play sheet, trying to dial up a big third down play.
The Bears on third down, 5 out of 9 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. Operating from the gun, Elliott. And that is incomplete.
Certainly looked like they were getting ready to convert there on third down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
So the field goal unit is on the field as this is a big spot right here. This for a 4th quarter lead. And his kick here is good. And with that, they will move ahead by 2 here in the 4th. So the drive here ends with a field goal. It does give them the lead, but this one's still certainly a long ways from over.
It definitely puts a lot of pressure on your defense to hold the lead, right? They're happy to have it and happy to be out there trying to do so. But I know as a former player, in the back of their mind, they're thinking, why don't you score the touchdown and seal this thing?
The Giants offense now gets ready to head back onto the field. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
And he'll go down right at the 30-yard line. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5.
Let's go.
From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Over the middle, that's caught by Meredith. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. That catch puts him over 70 yards receiving now as he's got a 1st down. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch.
Flex round. Flex round.
And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
I don't think there's any doubt that if it's me, I'd be really cautious about continuing to call this play because you got to know. Defenders, if they get a free shot at the QB, they want to take it, and they want to take it big.
And they got it there on the option play for a loss. They'll set up a throw. Dancing to his left. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. He'll end up getting 5 out of that, but now they're looking at 3rd down.
How about a tip of the cap to the defense? They're working against a very mobile quarterback, but all day long they've kept him under wraps. And on that play, they held him to a short gain.
Back to throw. He's got his man on the crossing route. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. Time for a break. We'll come back for the electrifying conclusion after this. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up second down.
Partner, they're clearly saving those timeouts, but they still have to work with some urgency to put themselves in the right position.
Here we go.
Back to throw. Escaping the pressure right. The escapability in evidence there is that one good for 15 and a first.
All right, partner, I'm a defender, but I've got to express my admiration there. Moving around, making it happen, and instead of worrying about protecting himself, he goes and gets the first down. I've got to give it to him on that one.
Normally, you don't want your guy taking shots, your quarterback, but it's winning time here in the fourth quarter. If he needs to make those plays with the legs, go ahead, right?
Yeah, no doubt about it. At this stage of the game, all protections are off.
And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from about the 32. He'll look to throw. He's going to let it fly. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by Jordan Lewis. And he will bring it out past the 20-yard line.
And that one, it's going to hurt big time. You're in the 2-minute drill trying to get your guys down the field, and it's looking like they're going to go up just short, as this is definitely not his best throw. And it'll wind up being intercepted.
Toss. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. Charles, why didn't they just take the knee there?
You're asking the question that I'm asking as well, because we've seen a lot of football where coaches decide maybe they get a little greedy. I don't know if they're doing it for stats or for what reason. We've seen it happen in college. And how about in the NFL? The miracle of the Meadowlands. All they had to do was take a knee and the game was over. The Giants ran it one more time. Ball popped free. Philadelphia picks it up and wins the game.
What year was that?
1978. I think it was in November.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. And they'll go ground game here with a tailback. And this one also slow in developing as he's maybe getting back here to the line of scrimmage, but not much more than that. The Bears on 3rd down. They've hit on half of them, 5 for 10. This is going to be 3rd and 13.
Come on, let's go. What, 90? What, 90?
And they'll go with a ground attack here. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. They do get 12, but they'll be marked short. And that leads to a 4th down.
This offense really put themselves in a tough spot on first and second down, needing long yardage to try and pick up a first down, and they ended up getting a great run. Explosive, picked up nice yardage. You don't expect to be in this situation on fourth down, but guess what? It all started with what happened on first and second down, really put them behind the 8 ball.
And partner, this first week, this first game that we get to call together, so special every year, week one. You had the flyover, the big American flag out there before the game, all the hoopla, just having football back, so special.
It is an opening day, opening game. There's just nothing like it because you really build to a crescendo. But the best part for us is that crescendo lasts for a while. Opening game here, an entire season. We get into the playoffs, to the Super Bowl. I was really excited. I could barely sleep last night. I can't imagine being a player.
So for Chicago, a win's a win as they eke out the 2-point victory to take the season opener. And they'll get another home date next week as the Eagles will come to town. Meanwhile, for the Giants, they obviously fall to 0-1 with the defeat. And they'll try to get back to their winning ways next week as they head to Indianapolis to take on the Colts. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.
you